Are you working hard but still feel financially stuck? Wondering why your bank account isn't growing the way it should? If so, you're not alone. Most people are making money but not making smart moves. In this video, my lovely wife, Sue, and I are breaking down signs that it's time to shift your financial strategy so that you can build real wealth and take control of your future. Let's dive in. Hey, babe. So good that you're on my podcast or my video. First time she's been in a video of mine, right?
Yeah, this is exciting.
How about you tell everyone what you do?
Okay, thank you. Well, my name is Sue Lorray, and I have worked in the financial industry for over 25 years. I was a financial advisor for 10 of those years, and currently just taking the knowledge that I have of finance and using that in our coaching business, Excel No Excuses, to assist in personal and small business development and coaching for finance to help people improve, be more financially stable and secure.
Sounds good. So today we got 5 signs that you need to make smarter money moves.
Yeah.
So let's get into the first one.
Well, I mean, first of all, I have to say that, you can't go somewhere and sit at a table and have a conversation without the economy coming up. There's been so much change in the economic landscape over the last year, and budgets have become tighter. The cost of living has gone up. So, we really do have to be smart about the way how we're managing our money. And I think one of the signs that, we need to actually be a little bit more smarter with our finances is when you find yourself living paycheck to paycheck. There are a majority, over 50% actually, of Canadians who are actually living paycheck to paycheck. And basically that really means that, you just have enough to make ends meet, barely enough in some cases. And there's nothing left over for savings or for those, things that we may want to do in the future. So that's very concerning.
Yeah. And the times that we're living right now is like crazy times with, we're in Canada and, we have the threats of tariffs that are looming over us as a country. But even before that, inflation and the cost of living has just gone up. It's gone up over the years, like,
Yeah, it has.
a lot.
Yeah,
So
it's been a steady increase. And I mean, the things that we're going to talk about today, essentially, these are, it's finance 101. These are things that are really important when it comes to financial literacy. But I think they're really key just because of where we're at in our economic state right now. And, for Canadian families, it is really important that we really take a hold of our finances and, again, just be very smart in how we're managing our money.
Yeah. So as I said, 5 signs that you need to make smarter money moves. So let's tell the listeners how they can help themselves not live paycheck to paycheck. Like, what kind of smart money moves should they make?
Yeah, well, I think, there's some key principles to being able to become financially stable. And essentially, you have to take a look at your overall financial state and where you're at. It's really important that every year you sit down and you do a review of your finances. I mean, 1 year is recommended. If you need to do that mid-year, 6 months through the year, because things are so fluid and changing, do that and just take a check, check where you're at. How are you doing? Are you able to pay those bills on time, pay your debt off? I think step one would really be just trying to figure out what your financial plan is or what your goals are. Start with your short-term goals and move up to mid and then long-term. So short-term would be 1 to 3 years. So how do things look right now for you in terms of your overall financial view? And then, where do you want to be in a year from now? And then take a look at, 3 to 5 and then long-term. So are you saving? Where are you at in your life stage right now? Are you saving for school, or is it a vacation, or is it retirement or something like that? So that's going to help you establish the goals. And then how much of your income are you able to put aside towards supporting your wants and your needs? We hear that a lot, wants and needs. So just being able to support those wants and needs, and also to have the ability to pay off debt and pay it off on time. pay it back on time. So I think that's really where we need to start, is just taking a look at our overall financial view.
Yeah, making a plan. And sometimes that could be
Yeah.
hard for some people. I know, that was a difficult thing for me before we got together. I didn't really have a plan. I had ideas, but no real plan, financial plan. What does a plan look like?
Yeah. Well, I would say start with a budget, actually, because I know, yes, you talk about yourself, and we all do this. We have thoughts in our heads about where we want to be, what does our future look like, and what does financial freedom look like. And so we have those thoughts, but write them down. So that is what will actually help you to figure out what your goals are. But start with a budget. Start with a budget. How much income are you making? What are you bringing in? Where are you spending your money? What are your expenses? What are the responsibilities that you have to meet on a day-to-day, month-to-month? And what do you have left over, if any? Do you have anything left over? And then start to work from there. And then start to build out your goals and where you want to allocate your money. There is a financial strategy. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. And essentially what it means is that 50% of your income should be going towards your needs, 30% goes towards your wants, and 20% goes towards your debt repayment and savings. And so that's really how you want to break it down. So by actually writing out a budget and having that, like outlining your income and laying that out in a budget, you can determine, is it aligned to that 50-30-20 rule?
50-30-20. Yeah.
Yeah.
50-30-20.
50-30-20.
Yeah. See, she's the money person in our family. She takes care of all the finances. So
you're still involved.
Yeah. So you mentioned the 50-30-20 rule. What if you don't have enough money to make ends meet?
Yeah, that itself is an indicator that you may potentially be paying out more to expenses and debt than you have in terms of the income that you're bringing in. Really, it could be a sign. There's a number of factors here. I mean, it could be because there's only one source of income, or there's a need to revisit what are those expenses that are being paid. I think one of the signs that you need to make a smart money move in a situation like that is it's a time of pivoting. So in Canada, there's over 5% of Canadians that are working in multiple jobs. And that is because the cost of living has increased. And so again, just, living paycheck to paycheck and trying to make ends meet, they're now finding there's this pressure to have to take on additional work in order to bring in the money to help basically to survive. And so I think that's where the signs are, is that if there's a struggle there where things are not aligning, or that you're finding that there's an overage of expense, then there's a concern right there. And a number of ways that you can pivot actually is maybe a side hustle. And that's something you can actually speak to, because as a business coach, you have been an expert in talking about that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You definitely want to have multiple streams of income. So basically an idea that you have something that you're very good at, something that you're passionate about, something that you enjoy doing, that you can turn into income. It could be writing websites. It could be social media managing someone's, businesses, social media on the side, turning that into income, creating PDFs, templates, writing recipe books. Like there's so many ideas that you can have, just whatever you do, that you can turn that idea, you can turn that passion into income for yourself.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's like taking the skills and the things that make you happy and turning them into a side hustle, or another, maybe it's a part-time job or something that you can do in order to bring in additional income. And I like that term. You use it a lot, about multiple streams of income. And that's really what it's all about. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because especially now with the job market changing a lot, industries are changing because of AI, technology. Companies are doing more with less. That's just business. It's just the way of the world, fortunately, but unfortunately, depending on the way you look at it. And so that's why I think it's really important that you find and have multiple streams of income. Take an idea, something that you're good at, and turn it into income for yourself, because you never know. You go to work and you get that slip that says we're restructuring. What are you going to do? Like, we know people right now that's in that situation, right?
Yeah, which is very
Yeah.
unfortunate. So to that point, I want to say that, again, you take your skills, turn them into something that would be lucrative. You may also made a good point about AI and, businesses streamlining and just, cutting back and looking at efficiencies. So it's e-commerce is huge right now.
Yeah.
So leverage
Yeah.
e-commerce, leverage your skills, create something lucrative, and then get into that market.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You know what? And there's so many platforms. Like right now, what I'll do in the description, I'll share with you Stan Store. Shout out to Stan Store. And that is an amazing platform where if you have PDFs, you want to do a workshop, a webinar, there's so many things that you can do where you can share links in bio that you can share to your Instagram, your Facebook, LinkedIn account. That makes it easy for you to turn a business idea, as Sue was talking about, sell your stuff on the Stan Store. So I'm going to put the link in the description. You can grab that. The 7 or 14 days free, to try it out for free, see if you like it. It's really easy to put it together. That's the Stan Store. So that'll be in the description. But I like what you're saying, financial plan, right?
Yeah.
Having a plan for what you want to do, having a side hustle, right? That's part of your plan, putting that business plan together. You got to have a plan even with that, for that, right?
Yeah, if that's what it takes. I
Yeah.
mean, and a lot of times that's why it's good to have a financial plan and work out a budget, is because you see where your money is being allocated. Again, I go back to the digital age where we're streaming TV. We have so many subscriptions to a lot of things. And it's good to go back and take a look, even on a monthly basis. Go back and take a look at your
Yeah.
bank statement. See what charges are coming out of your account. What are you paying for? Do you really need this subscription? Do you
Yeah.
really need to stream all of these TV channels? Are you watching those every day? Do you have time for those? Get rid of those. That's extra money that you can put in your pocket and put aside. And so actually having that little bit of structure when it's a budget and a financial plan is what's really going to help you as a first step to getting ahead. So
Yeah.
outline it, lay it out, take a look at it, and be serious about it. Do it intentionally. And, when I say be serious about it, is with the intention of laying that out, is that, listen, I want this goal and I'm going to do everything that I can to achieve it. And we all can. We all can, right? We just have to start with these simple steps first. So to summarize, I would say that it's essential to have a financial plan. It's essential to have a budget and understand what your goals are financially, where you want to be. And then review where your finances are at and start there.
All right, sounds good. So hopefully you got lots of information out of this. See you in the next video.
Take care, everyone.